What is going on, my reefing fam? March here, Fragbox TV. Sorry for that little hiatus in the episodes. Outside of Fragbox, I do try to have a life. Strange, crazy. If you believe it or not, just went to Montreal for the weekend. Love that city. Bonjour, ça va? Comment ça va? Je m'appelle Marcel. This is a Fragbox TV. Tabernacle. Look at these acros. That's what we're going to do today. I'm just going to jump right into it, and we'll just do, an hour worth of Acropora, and I'm not going to talk at all. What do you think? Not, unless you want that. You guys want a video one day I can just hover over stuff and walk through the store. I just want to give you a little glimpse of this shipment and see how they're looking. I haven't seen them in 3 days. We did lose a few more, but we'll start with this beautiful Tortusa. This is but when we get them in from our aquaculture facility overseas. Someone unplugged the phone. Who's calling? Gosh darn it. Oh, in customer. Very important. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. You see, what we do here is we shoot the videos live and unscripted. We're a coral store in saltwater. No, sorry, we're a saltwater coral store in Toronto. You guys are already subscribers. You know, stuff is unscripted. I just grab the camera and start talking. So they come in stubby. Usually Tortusa, they're going to be, as they grow out, they're going to look sort of like this, longer branches, kind of like a staghorn. So if you're looking for something that is in the acro family and easy to keep and long, look for Tortusa. They usually come green, purple, blue. Sometimes you get a blue-purple one. We call Miyagi. This we just call green tort, and it has a nice sort of yellow tip. And if we look really close, it has blue polyps. Oh, it'd be really cool if I had a very expensive macro lens. That would be nice because I would use that. Are you coming here to ask me a question? I'm just in the middle of a video. Say hi, YouTubers. Well, let's go this way. Over to the right, we have, who are you? Ooh, this is what I would call, okay, so on this order, our supplier labeled all of them, but it was super late in the morning, and I had only a couple hours sleep before getting on a flight, so I didn't have the time to really organize them. I think it's Carduce. If not, it's Ensenada. It's quite close, and it's difficult sometimes to tell the difference. A lot of times we just call them deep water. I think I'm going to go with Carduce for this one, which is sort of in the same family as the dragons, your red dragon, your purple dragon. This, I think, is Ensenada. I'm going to show you over here. Ensenada, not enchilada. Do not eat it. Also another deep water, sometimes considered hard to keep by the reefing community. I don't think they're any harder than any acro. As long as you're keeping your tanks stable and your parameters stable, they're really not that difficult. I think it's easier with older tanks as you as a reefer become more mature, and over time you understand nitrates and phosphates and alkalinity and how to keep those things from swinging, because that's really the most important, is keeping your parameters stable. That's really the key to success, not even with hard corals, but just with all corals. Keeping salinity stable, really important, temperature, and then for me, I always come back to alkalinity. That's really the big one. This is an awesome piece that I'm focusing on here. This is a Acropora Florida, very distinct, very easily recognizable. Like if I show you a bunch of acro, here's a nice assortment. Boom, Acro Florida. It's unmistakable, really. It's one of those pieces that when you see it, if you know what it is, it just really stands out. I like it. You know what? I'm going to grab the macro lens in just a second after I show you one of my personal favorites. Because it's just a weird one. And it's over here to the right. This is a speciosa. Very specialiosa? No, speciosa. This is a quite rare piece of acro that we get in. Not very often. It doesn't grow very fast. This is what I would consider sensitive. This is what I would say experts only. Don't go out and buy this if that's your first endeavor into hard coral. You're just starting to dip your toes into the water of SPS. This is not the piece to buy. And that's really a beautiful specimen. Hard to find, hard to import, doesn't ship well. We got, I think, just the two. I think one or two. They don't ship very well. It's not uncommon to get these in, and they're dead in the bag, which is really sad to say, but it does happen. So once they're here and healthy, they become even that much more rare. I'm not going to frag this piece. I'm going to keep it for our own personal growth in the basement, and I'm going to see if I can successfully get a speciosa growing, and then I'll share it with you. Unless you really bust my balls and want a piece, then I guess I will, you know, it's hard for me to say no. This I believe to be a hoaximai, but I could be wrong. And if you're an acro lover out there, feel free to correct me in the comments below. We do read the comments here, the good ones and the bad ones. Some of you are very funny. I can't tell you how many times we have just cracked up reading some of the comments. You guys are like comedians. Some of you are very strange. Some of you are downright vulgar. You write some dirty things in those comments, but we do read all of them. YouTube is fairly quick, actually. If you use profanity or things like that, YouTube usually will take them down. This is an Acropora plana, and that's a very cool piece. It almost always comes in this variety of colors, so you don't see, like, what am I trying to say? Millipora, for example, comes in a lot of different varieties. So we have this beautiful yellow kind of green tip. This one is more of like an electric green, and if my arms are long enough, which they aren't really, there's another purple one. We sometimes get them in blue varieties. I think we have one. Hopefully I can show you that before the end of the video. But what I'm trying to say is this over here, Acropora plana, that's Plana, almost always comes like this. That green base, purple tip, burgundy sort of polyp. And it's really, really a beautiful and unique coral. And it's kind of like, oh, I lost it. Where am I going here? It's kind of like Acropora Florida, where when you see it, if you know what you're looking for, they're pretty recognizable. There's some species I get stuck on, so that would be like, I'll show you actually, over here. We'll go to the left. Oh, hello, who are you? I don't know. See, like this, I'm not really sure. Maybe a vermiculata, not 100%. This one over here. So this, in terms of species, I'm a little stuck. For me, it's going to come down to two, but I still have trouble telling the difference, and that is between granulosa and loripes, 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 loripes. There's different, well, I don't know if there's different ways to pronounce it. Maybe I just pronounced them all wrong. And I'm mildly dyslexic, but without seeing a very large colony, it can sometimes be a little bit difficult to tell what exactly the species is. When they're small, it can be tricky. That's not the case with Abratanoides over here. This is an Abratanoides, a very distinct structure. Same with the Velida. I can almost always tell a Velida. And this is the bonsai variety, which is that purple with green base. This, I don't know what this is. This guy we found in an alley, and he's been smoking crack. And because he does so many drugs, he's on crack, and he's just crazy. That's how coral names sometimes get made up. We're going to call this Fragbox Crack Crazy. I'm crazy and on crack, and this coral here shares that same love that I do, and he's expressing it through his coral lights. I'm sorry, guys. That was retarded. But he's really nice, and I don't know. I'm going to go to my lookbook. Someone sent us an email recently that suggested a really cool book about IDing Acropora all over the world. I did. I don't know if I responded to you, but I did go out and get that book. No, I did email you back. I did email you, and I said thank you, and it was like $100 US. It's coming from Australia. So once we have that, I'll share that book with you in one of the videos, and hopefully that can better help us ID some of these species, like this one here. Hello. Oh, wow. Hola. You are beautiful, no matter what they say. This is what we like to call a Pikachu here in the store. Very yellow with some nice red polyps. Very healthy shipment. Overall, this is probably a Salago. Salago. I love that name. Okay, let me show you. There's one piece actually I'm going to keep along with the Speciosa. So normally I say, oh, I'm only going to keep one, or I'm only going to keep one or two. And if you wonder why it's so shaky today, sorry, what I'm doing right now is I'm using a Hydra. This is a Hydra 32. I'm holding it in my left hand as I shoot, and in my right hand I'm holding the camera, and I'm trying to really give the coral some spotlight, because usually I'm shooting under the T5. This is the hardest freaking light to shoot out of, because, what are you doing? Hi, Jonathan. The world's just going on behind the camera. You guys listen to me talk, and the whole store continues to operate. He's getting fragged? No. Oh, okay, whatever. Oh, it's yours from home. That's how it works here. Anyways, what I was saying, thanks for that sidetrack, was that T5 very difficult to shoot under. So what I did today is I turned off the lights, killed the flow, and I'm giving them a spotlight with this, and I hope it's coming in a lot more clear than usual. Let me know in the comments below, because it's very tricky to do and my hands are cramping, but that's what I do for you guys. I will cramp my hands. This one right here, what I was trying to say, Stylophora. This is a very cool piece, textbook example, great color, great polyp extension. Not the brightest coral in the world, not the fanciest coral, not the rarest coral by any means. It's actually quite common, but it's nostalgic for me. It's one of the first hard corals I've ever kept, and it's just, I don't know, it's cool. It's bulbous, if that's a word. It doesn't get the tips as, like, you know, something like this does. This is it's escaping me right now. It's more bulbous than this one over here. That's very different than, you know, Millie. It's just different, and I'm after things that are unique. That's another example of the plana, the one I showed you earlier. And it's a little bit white on the tips, but that's because it's growing. I think that's it for corals on this side. Oh, no, maybe I see a couple more. The frags are looking really good. Lots of acrofrags in right now. If you ever thought about coming by, is it worth it to drive and go to Fragbox? Check this out. Lots. Days and days and days. That's just a fraction of what we have in the store at any given time. And that was a sales plug, but that's okay. I'm not sure what you are, but you're beautiful. Volita. Textbook example of a Acropora Florida, kind of on the blue-purple variety. And these are all going to go up on our website shortly. I try and line up the videos with stuff that is on the site, so you're not just watching it and then seeing sold out. You can actually purchase a lot of the stuff that you see here in the videos as long as you are local, because as you know, we are here in Canada and they ain't leaving our borders anytime soon. This is a very nice piece. Very, very nice piece right here. Humulus. Oh, where were you? I just saw one. Acropora digitata. This is the forest fire. Not the happiest right now. This has just been here forever. This little green tortusa. This is cool. Hello. I don't know why I talk to the coral so much. It's not like they answer back. But this is Humulus. These are a little bit smaller than we normally get, but it's just a very unique, bulbous, short kind of... Short, yeah, they just kind of stay short and stubby. It's very different than really anything else out there. Let me see if I can reach around to the other side of this tank, because the cord is sort of short. Yeah, this looks safe. No, hold on. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go this way. You guys are coming with me. Okay, let's see what's up on this side. Oh, my old friend. We went to high school together. Caroliniana. Very cool piece. Next to some tenuous. These are actually from our previous order. So you can see the color on this is really deep. It's really rich is what I call it, because they've just been here for a long time and have had time to develop color. So the longer the corals stay here, the nicer and nicer and nicer they get. They just get healthier as long as they're alive. The polyps will come out more and the colors change completely. Some Millie. You see how this one is sort of on the lighter end? It does look cool, but you can kind of tell which ones are fresh and which ones have been here a long time. Like this one was from our last shipment, you know, a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago. Same with this one here. This is what we call Magic Johnson. See how the color is really dark and it's almost more saturated than something like this. I feel like people are often drawn to these ones. They do look cool. This one actually has a little bit of tissue recession. Oh, that's good. Some content right there. You see at the base? That is not a good sign. So if I'm a hobbyist, I'm definitely not going to go out and buy this piece, unless maybe it's crazy discounted and you take a chance. That is not a good sign. The white that's extending from the base there, is he going to survive? Not 100% sure, but we're going to find out. I actually gave away a colony today for free to someone. It was really on its last limb, and he said, let me try and take it home and save it. Sometimes it works. And, you know, if he saves it, I said, throw me $5, $10, whatever. I'd rather he give it a shot than, you know, a coral just ends up in the garbage. Another example of the Abratanoides. I really don't know if I'm saying it right. It's a mouthful. It's like 25 syllables. My hand is cramping. But that's an Abratanoides. That was kind of like the one I covered in the last video. I had the red one downstairs, and I said somebody should really, really grab this. That's it right there. Very unique coralites. Very chunky. This is one of the more typical colors, the kind of yellow, almost black undertones. Looks like we have another piece of Florida here. Then I'm going to get to the good stuff, because you guys waited. You're going to see some of the nicest ones that came in. I'll just scan over these quickly. These are all going to go on the website very soon. As you can see, the number system is now in order, so that if you're ordering number, what's that say? Sorry, 173, 163, you're going to get that exact piece in the mail. This one, not this one, and not this one, and not something that looks close to this. That's our what you see is what you get system here in the store, so that it makes coral shopping, you know, a little bit easier. A lot of you guys do not live locally and cannot see the corals. This Formosa is very cool. I wanted to keep it. Somebody specifically was looking for a blue Formosa, so this will be waiting for you tomorrow for pickup. Very cool piece, thick blue branches, and the millies came in just spectacular. Oh, Jonathan, can you fix this one for me right here? Mr. J. See this? Touching, no good. So a lot of the time during the days what we're doing is moving corals. They cannot touch. They shouldn't touch. Is that going to die? Millie on millie? Probably not. They may not even sting each other, to be honest, but always play it safe and just separate them. This one is very cool. The more I'm doing this, the more there are pieces here that I want to keep. It's like, it's basically red, borderline red. This one is very unique as well. Oh, unique. I've been banned from using that word. My staff says that I use the word unique so much that it has no meaning. This is not a good sign. So if I'm going to show you a piece not to buy again, that would be another one right there. It's basically done. Basically finito. This is crazy. What the shit is this? Man, that's nice. Very cool. Tricolor. Ultra ridiculous rainbow balls. No, that's not the name. You guys know. I'm moving away from the word rainbow. Some more bonsai over here. Some other nice millies. And now I'm just saying the Latin names of the corals. And my hands are cramping, so I think it's time to put down my trusty spotlight, our Loner Hydra 32, and maybe we'll wrap this one up. If you guys see anything in the video that you like that is not on the site, just let me know, because if it's here, I'm more than happy to figure out a way to get it to you. I'm just going to throw in my orange filter here for our exit row. I have one Red Sea Reefer left at that crazy price. If someone's looking to upgrade their tank to something like that, hit us up. Only one left. I'll quickly show you the torches that came in. Awesome. Also going to be on the site shortly. This tank is full of corals. This tank is full of corals, and Black Friday is just around the corner. Today's Monday, November 21st. And yeah, make sure you come in Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll have some crazy coral deals. That's it for this episode, guys. If you like the content, go ahead and subscribe, because we try to do a video here every single day of the week, except when I go to Montreal. Other than that, we're going to keep doing videos. I'm going to leave you with this one today. Look at this again. So fat and healthy. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.